All right, hey everybody. This is RJ Black. I'm your content creator for Utah Referee, the podcast you can find on Spotify. I figured I'd create some video clips as well, just kind of do a video presentation along with the audio content I'll be creating on the podcast, just so you guys can put a face behind the voice. I initially when I talked about creating this podcast, I thought about creating kind of a video, a kind of a vlog on being a Utah official, sports official. So I figured I would start doing that, kind of show you just kind of like my process, what I go through, kind of a day in the life of like what I'm doing. Now that I have some free time on my hand, just because I'm in between jobs, it's given me the opportunity to kind of share some of this content and provide some just a little inside scoop on what it's like to be a Utah official. So a couple things. I am working a football game today. Today's Thursday, August 25th. Rip in peace yesterday, 8/24, August 24th, rip in peace Kobe. Yesterday was Kobe Day. So I kind of like inspired me a little bit to try and create some content and really push forward and do this. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. So, a lot of inspiration comes from him. A lot of the work that Kobe did. The Mamba mentality has really been something on the forefront of my mind, something I've been trying to embrace and apply in my life in different varying forms. So, so I'm working a sub-varsity game today. I'm working a JV game, or freshman, sophomore, I can't remember what it is. So I'm working that here today in the state of Utah. And then tomorrow night I am working a football game. So it's pretty exciting. Working the big game tomorrow, working up in the northern Utah area. I will try. I'm kind of debating on how much information I want to disclose because of obviously privacy rights, things like that. So we'll kind of start with this and see what happens. And depending on the feedback I get from my wife and the feedback I get from other people, we'll see what gets shared, what doesn't. I may have to block some things out and blur some things out, right? So, but just to start off, it's no surprise you can already see like I've got some stuff on the screen right now. So what I'm doing right now is before every football game, one of the things I like to do is I like to kind of get some perspective on who I'm going to be officiating, what school. Want to learn a little bit about, what's kind of the general information, what's their win-loss record. If I can get information about who the head coach is, so I know who's kind of that person we're going to be primarily communicating with come game day. Want to be able to learn a little bit about the school, from game film, things that I can see. What kind of offense do they run? Who are kind of the main people on the team? Who's the main quarterback? Who the passing quarterback is? Who's rushing the ball? Who's kind of those receivers that we should look for? Their numbers, things like that. Kind of figure out, is it a right-handed quarterback, a left-handed quarterback? What's the kicker and punter? Some information, any notes or things like that you can see, any particular fouls or penalties that they're committing a lot. And then things like that. And then any stats we can kind of figure. Deseret News here in the state of Utah is pretty good at collecting that information. There's also stuff on Max Preps as well, so a lot of that information can be gathered there. But Deseret News does a really good job at the rosters, information about the schools, and stats on the games that pass. So we're into week. It's actually week 3, I should say. So we're in week 3 already. Pretty crazy to think that we're already into week 3. I've been looking at my previous games and what I've been doing. Actually, we're in week 2. We're in week 3. What am I saying? So first couple weeks I've had some really good games. Week 1 I had a really good game. Really close game. It was 35-7 at halftime. Thinking, man, it's gonna be a blowout. And then the home team that was down came back and scored 35 points in the second half. The other team scored 7 points, so they scored a touchdown. So the home team outscored them 35-7 and still lost. Lost by a touchdown. It was just a phenomenal game. Able to come back. And then last week Kind of had a blowout, but it was really a game management game where we had to really make sure that players weren't doing things that were dumb. A lot of the chippiness, things that we were seeing, we needed to be able to control that on both sides of the field between the teams. And then this week, obviously, we'll see what happens. Kind of both teams historically, one team's been better than the other team. The other team's been a school that's been down typically. So we'll see what happens. I think this will be a good opportunity again, like last week, to kind of game management, control what we can control on the field, and make sure that the players are doing their job and they're not overreacting on things. They're not doing things that are illegal, things like that. I already have my game assigned for next week, which I'm super excited for that game. Feel pretty blessed and privileged to have the game assignment already assigned for next week. It's a big one. I won't disclose who it is, but it's two of the top teams in the state of Utah, so I'm super excited. It's probably one of the best game assignments I've ever gotten. And I don't know if it's going to be a TV game or not, but it's going to be an exciting game to be a part of, not just as an official, but I mean, if you're playing in that game. So, it's not every day that a high school athlete gets an opportunity to play against one of the other top teams in the state. So a lot of attention will be on the game, I imagine. So, but yeah, we'll say that for next week. But so let me kind of walk through what I'm doing here. So we utilize Huddle. For those that are familiar with this software, Huddle is a computer software that compartmentalizes and comprises game film. Huddle's kind of taken off over the last couple of years. It's really blown up and has really been a huge support to not only coaches, players, but officials as well. When I was playing high school football, it was kind of something that we didn't have. We had something similar to this, but it was a little bit different. So, and I graduated in 2008. So being able to get game film, a lot of that stuff was finding DVDs, VHS, things like that. You're ripping, you're putting things together, and you're creating your highlight film on a disc, right? Now it's different. Now it's all comprised here through Huddle. There's so much information and data that's obtained through this. So this is one of the softwares that we use as officials to kind of review game film, review our games, things like that. So right now I pulled up one of the schools that I'm working with this week, but I'll go back and show you kind of last week where I was. We'll see if that can pull up. Might take a minute. I'm running on a slower computer, so that may be the big reason why. Oh, we even got audio. Sweet. Let's see if I can turn the audio off. Yes. I mean, the announcer for this school is actually you can see me right here. So you can see me running right here, right? I'm getting into position. We just broke for a huddle. We already did the coin toss. We already knew what was going on. So I'm just sprinting into my position. So in high school football, we have 5 positioned officials for football. We have the white hat, or the referee. We have the official that's in the middle of the field that's spotting the ball. Every down, that's the umpire. That's the position that I work. And then we have 2 wing officials. That's the kind of the noun that we use for them to identify them. We have the headlinesman, who's responsible for the chain crew, setting the chain every down, resetting it after first down, things like that. We have a line judge, who's opposite of the headlinesman, who is responsible for all of the receiver play going upfield, as well as blocks during runs, things like that. So they're opposite, so they're kind of that line judge that's looking at the line. And then the back judge, who's about 10, 15 yards behind me, give or take, they're the back judge, so they kind of see bird's eye view of everything in front of them, so the plays are coming to them, right? So, and as you can see, the back judge during a kickoff is going to be right here. Your line judge, headlinesman, umpire, and then the referee's going to stand right here, right? So as you can see, the thing I was saying, the reason I take off the audio is just because the quality is a little shoddy. But the announcer for this high school in particular, he is actually the announcer for some professional sports team. So it was kind of cool. I forgot about it because I'd worked at this school before, but it's kind of cool. I remember, oh yeah, this is the guy who does these games, right? So it was kind of cool. So kickoff. I'm gonna take off the audio. We'll leave it on just because. If you can hear some like vibration sounds in the background, they're paving my street in my neighborhood. They've been doing this for 2 weeks now, so it's kind of annoying. But they're actually finishing up my part of the street where my driveway is. So if you hear that, that's what's going on. But okay, so line judge is officially signaling we're good. I've already marked. I'm ready. Finally, we're gonna have a kickoff. Ball's kicked off. Oh, we had a penalty. I believe we had offsides on the play, so with the re-kick. So everybody moved up 10 yards. So we went back to 35. So we went back to the 30. Oh no, we went back to the 35. So I'm pretty sure I lined up in the wrong spot. I should have been on the 35 and I lined up on the 30. So I know I'm good. Let's see. No, why am I going back to the 20? So yeah, I messed up. I thought I was going back to the 20. I thought I was going to the 25, but I guess I went to the 20. So, jeez Louise. Now we have a real kickoff. Kickoff is short. Receiver gets it. He's going to run it for, I don't know, oh yeah, he runs it all the way back. So you can see me pop up right here. Yep, there I am right there, showing off my athleticism. It was really close to throwing a penalty for so many people on the field. You can see this coach is like on the field right here. I thought about throwing a flag because I definitely knew that they were there. I knew that there were guys behind me. They're in kind of the restricted box. So he's already past the goal line. He's already been marked for a touchdown. But this is the head coach right here. He's like super excited. He's a brand new first year coach. But yeah, so they already had coaches on the field, players on the field. They got all these guys right here. You can see me right here. I'm gonna be calling for like, look, dude, I need a ball. We need a ball. We're gonna kick it, right? So my responsibility is, again, resetting the ball every play. So we have a scoring play, a pass play, a run play. My responsibility is to go get the ball, set the ball. And every single official has their responsibility. So essentially what I do is after a game is done, I'll go through and I'll review plays and I'll kind of take a look and see what can we do to get better, to improve. We had some plays this last week where things that we missed. We didn't mark off yardage on some penalties. Sometimes we didn't even throw a flag for a penalty. So there were some things that we didn't do properly, and some things that I did. I made some mistakes. I probably make mistakes every game. In fact, I'll kind of share something quickly. The first game of the season, the kickoff, I lined up on the wrong side. I lined up opposite of the official. I lined up on the wrong side of the field. In fact, I will show you guys that. And I don't remember what happened. I think because we were like going really fast, and I just, for some reason, I'm like, the press box. For some reason, I thought the press box was on the other side, and I just completely lined up on the wrong side. So, yeah. So here's our game. Here's our game from last week, from week 1. And there I am on the wrong side of the field. So, yep. So, yeah, I think there's definitely things that you can do to get better. You know, I'm supposed to be, as an umpire, I'm supposed to be right here. Lined up on the wrong side. So, there's things that we do. We make mistakes, right? So, That's the reason why we go and review film, just because we want to be able to know what we can do to improve, how we can get better. So that's one of the reasons why I will go through and look at film, because it allows me to kind of see what I can do to get better, and what I can do to improve. So what I'm doing here with this spreadsheet is, again, I'll go through and I'll kind of create some things. I'll look at, again, who the teams are. I'll put through a lot of the information stats. I'll do it for both teams. What kind of offenses are they running? What is their defense? Are they what kind of defense do they run? Things like that. And then have some previous notes on there. Some things like, do they run any trick plays? Do they run screen plays? Do they run any different passes? Things like that, or different run plays. I'll even look at penalties, as far as, the left tackle holds a lot, or left guard is the leading holder in the state. Things like that. And I'll compile that information and share with the rest of my crew. And I'll kind of show you guys. So our crew, our referee will send out an email to us and let us know, hey, this is where we're working, this is what we should work on, this and that, right? This is what to expect, this is the time to arrive. We arrive 90 minutes before the game starts, 90 minutes on site to get ready to go through our pregame and things like that. So I'll kind of show you guys what we do. So for some reason, I didn't include my piece on how I communicate as an umpire. So I'm gonna fill out another email, letting everybody know, hey, sorry guys, forgot to okay, so I'll add that right now before I forget. I've done this before where I forget to add it. A couple years ago, I created a sheet I kind of copied off of a back judge that I was working with, that basically showed their communication as a back judge to the officials. So I created my own version of it, and I'll show you guys what it is. So this is something that I created. So I basically created for every type of play, communication with the umpire. So to the referee, what I'm communicating to on kickoffs, post plays, start scrimmage plays, PAT, field goals, penalty flags, timing, to the back judge, same thing, kickoffs, end of scrimmage plays. If we don't have a play clock, what are we doing? Deep runs or pass, scrimmage kicks. To the wings, same thing as well. Kickoffs, information about ball boys or girls, what we want to be communicated, how we want them running in the balls, things like that. Scrimmage plays, scrimmage kicks, end of scrimmage plays, incomplete passes, penalty flags, measurements, right? So that's something that I do. It's kind of a quick thing, just so everybody knows, this is what I need to do, right? You see, here's our thing, right? We have kind of a breakdown. We'll arrive at this time, we'll get dressed, we'll give you communications, all different things, right? So we kind of have an itinerary of what we're doing. So this kind of helps me prepare, and I know what I need to do to get ready for the game. And then once I'm done with this game analysis, I'll send it out to the crew and let them know, hey, this is what I've seen, this is what I've looked at. But yeah, essentially, what I'll do is I'll compile all of that and then share with the rest of the crew, and it helps us pregame better. It helps us know what to expect and what to look for. So we don't come up on the field, we're surprised, right? They're running a triple option, and it's the first time we've ever seen this offense. I mean, there's historically so many teams that have run the triple option, right? Navy, Princeton, Harvard, Army, right? So some of the bigger schools, some of them ran the wing T or run the spread offense. Oregon is famous for the spread offense, right? So, the one-back offenses, Nebraska, Ohio State, Miami, USC, right? So so learning these offenses or knowing what these defenses are, it kind of helps us prepare better, so we know what to expect. So again, we're not caught off guard. So that's what I do, and I feel like it helps me prepare better as an official. I've been privileged this last week and this week, including get to work with some officials that worked the state championship in previous years. So it's always a great opportunity to get to learn from them and kind of be mentored by them and learn things. So that's one of the things that I've really enjoyed about officiating, is that I've had opportunities to work with so many different guys and gals across the state, in northern Utah, here in the Salt Lake Valley, down south in the Provo, Utah County area. They've even gone down to central Utah and have done some stuff down there. So, but yeah, that's really all I want to share. I'll kind of put together more kind of finished details so you guys can kind of see what everything looks like, kind of a template, and then what the finished product looks like. But I hope you guys enjoy this. I mean, this is, kind of a quick summarized version of what I do as an official to prepare and get ready. I like to do this ahead of time. I mean, it's obviously Thursday, tomorrow's the game, so I didn't leave myself as much time as I wanted to, but to be able to create content and show you guys, this is the free day I had. So, but yeah, next week I'll definitely share some more things. I'll have more time to kind of go through preparation and share things and show you guys what I do, because I already have my game assignment for next week, so that will be pretty awesome to be prepared and ready for that. So, but I've got a game tomorrow, and a game today, this afternoon at 3:30, so I can't be too hyper focused on next week. But appreciate you guys listening, appreciate you guys following. If you guys want to subscribe to the channel, great. I pretty much any type of social media, follow RJ Black 54. That's my tagline. I've had that for over multiple decades. That's kind of my tagline. As far as YouTube, you can search my channel. It'll be Utah Official. I'll try and rename that and get that figured out. But either that or RJ Black 54. That's kind of the YouTube channel I'll start out with if I can. But yeah, I appreciate you guys listening and following, and hope to be able to put in more content, maybe some videos. Maybe I'll put together a highlight clip of myself throwing flags or whatever, right? And then I'll kind of walk through some more stuff. I'll go into more details about what do I do physically for pregame, things like that, kind of show you guys some of the things, because you don't just show up and work a game. Like, there is not just the intellectual preparation like this, but there's also the mental, the emotional, and the physical preparation. The best officials out there are the ones that do it all. They're not just the ones that just show up and do the game. They've been doing it for 30 years, so they know how to do it. No, there's preparation that goes into it. The intellectual. I have to take a test that certifies me to do that. I have to take it to be postseason eligible to do that. And there's other things as well. I had to go through and watch clinic videos, and I'll kind of run by and show you guys that, or tag a little link to that, because it is on YouTube right now. But yeah, so kind of a spitfire of all that stuff out at you guys. But no, I appreciate those that have watched, those that will watch, and I'll hopefully create more content and get more things rolling. So appreciate you guys listening. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you soon. I'm the Utah referee. See ya.